he put it down yesterday. I had
yeah. On 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck, and they head with that shit. Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I get it, nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, up to solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for it, I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They said you been in beast mode lately, you is not self. When you dropping that fire, precious marriage, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the spin. No kindness, I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. And it feel like Jeepers Creepers. Say they want some smoke, dog. So I brought these chimney sweeps. Coming like we coming, you can't even cap. These niggas don't run it like we running, bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till them do us part. So if you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, fine then. I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Oh, I got a man, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. I heard they want my life, I ain't worried, I got ready for real. Take over in effect, yeah, I'm fully focused. You might not see it on me, just know it's women, that bitch fully loaded. Ooh, yeah, we up and rolling. Told them I need major motion. Think I'm joking, I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody. Got it out the dust, now I'm too clean, don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dog? Guns and butter, baby boy. You PK top, dog. Certified road runner. I'ma turn that econ line into a damn tank. I got chopper stash in that attic like they Anne Frank. They had that shit on lock till I snapped on them like bolt cutters. You cannot play both sides, gotta choose your colors. See, I'm throwing that one up with that W, that's my blood, bro. Fine then. I ain't show no mercy, I'm gonna show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the dust, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show the skills, how I show the skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Oh, I got a maid, circle tight, yeah, back and seal. Said they want my life, I ain't worried, I got ready for real.
Good. All right, shalom. Y'all about Shimmy Abashah, brother Thug. Y'all Shema, all the Thug by Shimmy Abashah. Clap it up. This is the Wednesday night golf class out from Texas. Today we want to go into questions. Y'all can type them in from today. Come, can you hear me?
Carter with Con.
Okay, all right, that was good. Today we want to go into who's your family. A lot of us growing up in this world, we try to associate ourselves with different families because we think that's our family because we never had a family to show us what it means to be a family. And all kinfolk ain't your kinfolk. That's right. Even though you got the same blood, even though you got the same, everything, Christ didn't teach you to just join somebody just because he got the same color. You understand? Christ didn't do that. And what we want to do is teach you how to find your family. The family that we were born in the world to was a family that we didn't choose. We were brought into the world. The Lord gave us this family, but the family that you have now is the family that you choose. You come up in here, you choose to be up in here. We choose each other. And the only thing that holds us together, that makes us family, is righteousness. That's it. We're not friends from robbing the store. We're not friends because we was talking to this girl and we took her back to the spot. We're not friends from selling drugs to each other. We're not friends, sisters. Y'all not friends from boosting and stealing clothes out the store. And now y'all got a friendship because y'all still selling clothes on the side. That's not what we friends or brothers because of. We brothers in here because we chose righteousness over the world. We chose life over death. So who is your family? Your family now are the men and the women that want to do what God wants you to do. That's your family. That's what Christ said. That's the way we're supposed to live. Because if you choose your family off of just your blood and all that, you're going to end up getting yourself bind into a horrible situation. Because 9 times out of 10, the people that's sitting in the jails are sitting in the jail because of their family. That brother unalived that brother because somebody was yelling at his sister. Guess what she did when he guess what she did? Guess what happened after he shot her boyfriend? Guess what she did? She got mad. She said, "Darnell, come over here." He called me a bitch. Darnell, come over there and shoot her. Shoot the old boy. Bow, bow. He lives. Where does Darnell go? To jail. Where does she go? She go back to him. She go and get right back with the dude that got shot by her brother. So now you in jail for 20 years and you get out of jail and you meet your nieces and your nephews and your brother-in-law that you shot for your sister and they happily ever after married. They've been together for 20 years the whole time you was locked up. Why did you do it? You did it for family. You did it because you thought that was what you were supposed to do. But what you're going to learn today is there is people that you're supposed to give your life for. That's who Christ did it for. There is people that you're supposed to give everything for. That's what we're going to learn today. Who should we call family? And who should we just allow to be our blood and just let them do whatever they do? All right? We see.
Wow.
Let me start with John chapter 3. I'm gonna start at 3 and 3. Start at 6.
6.
Yeah, 3 and 6.
3 and 6. The book of John, chapter 3, verse 6. That which is born of the flesh, and that which is born of the spirit is spirit.
It says that which is born of the flesh is flesh. People that come from your family, y'all come from the same flesh. Right. Like the scripture said, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. Family of my family. You are my brother because we got the same mama and dad. Or we got the same mother. Or the same father. That's what makes you my brother or my sister. Because that which is flesh is flesh. And those brothers and those sisters that just come out of your brothers and your mother's womb are carnal. They're carnally your family through flesh. Keep going, and that which is what?
And that is which is like you. And that is like, and that which is born of the spirit is spirit.
And that which is born of the spirit is spirit. Meaning, you got a brother that's your brother because he come from your bloodline, and you got a brother that's your brother because y'all spirit is together. That's two different types of relationships. That's two totally different types of brotherhood. The brotherhood that you got because you just born of the same family. just that's flesh. But your spiritual brother, that's a totally different thing, because now your behavior is intertwined because you have the same spirit. People that have the Christmas spirit, how do they look? Okay, let me show you something about the difference in spirit. You put a person with the Christmas spirit next to the person in the Halloween spirit, will they look alike?
No.
Why not?
Because it's different type of spirit.
Okay, tell me what it looked like to be in the Halloween spirit.
A Halloween is more like a dark spirit, and Christmas is more like a happy spirit.
So let's say it like this. Somebody in the Halloween spirit gonna have face paint on, some type of costume, right? Somebody in the Christmas spirit gonna have on some type of funny looking sweater. You know what I'm saying? They have on a sweater with a funny looking hat. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna put them next to each other. You're gonna put Freddy Krueger next to Santa Claus, and you're gonna say they are the same flesh. They look alike, but they don't got the same spirit. That's you and your family. You around here talking about righteousness, not eating pork, keeping God's laws, but y'all look alike. You and your brother and your sister, y'all look exactly alike. Everybody know that that's your daddy and that's your mama and all that. But y'all got two different spirits. I got two different costumes on. You got on the Christmas sweater and you got on a garment. He got on a Halloween outfit and you have on a head wrap. You understand what I'm saying? Just because you're skin folk, that don't make you kinfolk. What the Lord wants you to be intertwined with is in the same spirit. Because that's the most important thing. You that are fleshly are flesh. Let me tell you something. Christ, you know, who was Christ fighting the entire time he was his whole life, his whole ministry? Who was he fighting? He was fighting his own brother, the Pharisees and the Sadducees. He was fighting his brother because his brother was fighting for him to join the other man. And he was saying, we can't do that. We're going against the laws of our father. Well, we are keeping the laws of our father. And we should do this and we should do that. And that's the same battle we having right now. Our brothers want you to have the same spirit that they have in loving the enemies of God. That's all it is. They want you to have the same spirit. The spirit that they have is they are fighting to make America great and keep it great. They fighting for this place to never be destroyed. But in your spirit, you hate this place and you want it destroyed. And so now you and your fleshly brother are fighting for two totally different things because y'all have two totally different spirits. So if y'all are blood, y'all are still not family. Because your family is the ones that have the same spirit as you. That is the hard battle to fight when you first come into the truth, because you love your family. You love them. You love them. You were made to love them. And this is not to make you hate your family. This is to help you understand the battle that you're about to go through with your family. You can't force them to have your spirit. You can't force it on them. It has to be something that they want. If you try to force them to do what you do and believe how you believe and how you act, they are going to hate you. They're going to hate you for the stuff that you're telling them, because this is something you have to choose. I counsel people a lot, and I deal with a lot of different situations. And I give my counsel on what people should do. But I have to allow people to do what they want to do. Because if they say, I want to take this job pay this amount of money, and I work 7 days a week, and I got to do 80 hours a week, and I'm like, well, listen, now, that don't make sense. You can find a better job, and you may not make as much, but you'll be, at least you can have the weekends off. At least you can get, and they gonna think, if I don't take this job, I'm not gonna be able to get out of this hole I'm in. And if I tell them not to take it, when they stay in the hole, they're gonna blame me for being in the hole. So what do I have to do? I have to allow them to do whatever they choose to do. When they choose it and it doesn't work, they can't blame me because they made their own decision. Well, that's the same thing you have to do with your family. You're going to have to allow your family to choose whatever road they want to walk on. Because at the end of the road, they can't blame anybody but themselves for whose decision? But their own decision. Go ahead.
So does that apply also to your community? Everybody will look like.
That's what we're talking about. We're not just talking about in your house. We're talking about brothers and sisters in the world. We're talking about your own. We're talking about Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians all over the world that hear what you say and hate what you say. That's what we're talking about. This ain't a class to say hate your parents, hate your siblings, hate your cousins because they want to celebrate Christmas. And no, that's not what this is about. This is to help you understand the battle that you fight. And it's not fleshly. You're looking at the people you arguing with, you get mad at the people you argue with because the people you argue with is arguing with you. But in actuality, you're arguing with who?
Esau.
With their demon. Their demon. That's who you argue with. Which is a what? It's a spirit. The demon that's on them is a spirit. That's why Christ says that there were many antichrists. That's why the Antichrist is not one antichrist. During the time of Christ, during the time of the apostles, he said there are many antichrists here right now. Right now, our people are waiting on some one man to come out and say, I'm the antichrist. Almost the LGBTQ community is antichrist. What is what's that word? Germ. What's anti-germs?
Germ-free.
Germ-free. Right? What do you use to get anti-germ? Hand sanitizer. That's anti-germ. That means you are against germs. Well, if you are anti-Christ, what does that mean? You're against Christ. Homosexuality is anti-Christ. Right? Being a homosexual is stealing and robbing, that's anti-Christ. Being an unaliver is anti-Christ. See what I'm saying? That's a spirit that has to be destroyed. Keep reading. Read verse 7.
Verse 7. Marvel not that I said unto thee, ye must be born again.
What do you gotta be?
Ye must be born again.
You have to be born again. Your spirit has to die in order for your new spirit to live. You gotta become a new person. And the only way you can do that is if who you were dies and who you're trying to be lives. That's spiritual. That's not fleshly. I'm not telling you to commit suicide, but I'm telling you to commit suicide. Right. You understand? Yes. I'm telling you to kill the spirit, not the flesh. See, Nicodemus wouldn't have understood that. Nicodemus, when he heard he had to be born again, he thought he had to go back into his mother's womb. He's like, what do you say? I gotta go back as a grown man into my mother's womb? He didn't understand that. Just like people don't understand when we say you gotta become a new man, become a new creature in Christ. But your biggest battle that you're going to fight is going to be those that love you and that you love. Let me give you a scripture to help you understand it. Give me Mark 6:4.
The book of Mark, chapter 6, verse 4. But Jesus said unto them, a prophet is not without honor, but in his own country and his own kin and in his own house.
You know, he said a prophet is without honor amongst his own country, his own kin, and in his own house. You know what that means? That your family not going to listen to you tell them about God. Because they know who you have been all your life. And now you coming up to them with this new thing. They think you're going through a phase. They looking at you like you're just going through some type of phase, wearing all black, and you got your head wrapped, and coming up in here talking about Shalom, and got some new name. You going through some little phase. You know, when I was your age, I went through a phase like that too. That's what your daddy gonna say. That's what your papa and them gonna say. Your uncle. When I was young, I was revolutionary like you too, and I went through a phase like that. But they don't understand that you killing who you used to be. They don't understand that they're looking at a new person. They don't see that. So what's gonna happen? You're gonna come in talking about not doing this, not doing that. They're not gonna respect you. They're not gonna give you honor. A prophet is without honor in his own home, in his own country, and amongst his own kinfolk. So what is the only thing? How can if I want my mother and my father and my sister, and my uncle and my cousins to come into the truth, what is the only way they'll be able to come into the truth?
If they
Salaki.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
By their own decision, they choose.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm gonna take you somewhere else. What you gonna take, girl?
I was going to say if they do.
They choose it. Yeah, that's true. But it's somewhere. It's be going somewhere else now.
If you change and they consistently see that change. You know?
That's true too. That's the excellent answer. That's the excellent answer. Go ahead.
If they choose to be your family, it's follow righteousness. The fact you was talking about.
Give both of y'all a hand. All three of y'all. But let me take you on another level. The only way that my family will come into the truth is if y'all teach them. They don't know y'all. They know me. They don't respect me. But they'll hear you say the same thing that I tell them all day and listen to you. I seen it happen. I argue with my daddy all the time about the Bible. I gave him all these scriptures. My daddy was like, oh boy, you know what you're talking about. YATAZAQ, come over my house. My daddy tried to ask YATAZAQ a question. YATAZAQ said, well, Christ only died for Israel. Really? I said, I know damn well. I know damn well you ain't gonna say no really. And I done gave you all these scriptures. I done showed you the Hebrew. I done did all this, that, and all YATAZAQ said, well, Christ only died for Israel. And you know, that's what it's always been about. He's like, you know what? You got a point. And this scripture came to my mind. Prophet is not received in his own home. Nobody wants to listen to you. They change your drawers. They bailed you out of jail. They done seen how evil and wicked you are. They done seen your phases of life. Go ahead, sis.
Just because you're not respected.
You're not honored. That's what it says. It's without honor. You're not respected. So, the only reason you don't have no honor It's because they believe that you are like them, which is what?
A sin.
Yes. What you gonna say?
Flesh.
Yes. Both of them is fine. Flesh, a sinner. I was gonna say a hypocrite, but flesh is a better answer. A hypocrite, though. A hypocrite is somebody who they think you like them. They think that you just telling them to do something that you don't live by when you leave them. And so why am I going to change my whole life and not eat pork and change my hair and grow this and do that, and you don't do this? So the next best teaching tool is your life. Now, when they see that it's not a phase, now on year 7, year 8, now you got a little more value in what you say. Because now they got to look at it and say, damn, I seen that, they went through this, they went through that. They didn't respond how they would normally respond. I know what they would have did back in the day. But whatever this is they in, it's really changing them. Then they start to respect you. They start to give you some form of respect. But see, this is the only thing about it. We not on their time of them to come around. They can die waiting. They gonna mess around and die before they finally listen to you. Because the Lord is destroying his enemies. That's who he's destroying. And who is he? Who is he saying he's going to punish first?
The Edomites.
Nope. Give me 1 Peter 4.
So
I'm gonna show you.
what is he had to cut with? So,
Starting 17.
So, like you, sir, you want me to read?
You can read. You got 1 Peter,
You
1
said
Peter 4 and 17.
1 Kings 4:17.
1 Peter 4:17. Question mark, I read that.
Tower to walk up. It's the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4, verse 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God.
Judgment is going to begin with God's children. And not just God's children, the judgment is going to start in the truth.
That's right.
The first people that's going to be judged is you, the righteous. If I'm going to build a society off of you, if I'm going to make you the new example, the first place I got to clean house at is in my house. If I'm going to make this house the model house, you know, the first house that's built up in the neighborhood is the model house. The first house that's fully decorated is the model house. And then when you build all the other houses, what do you do to the model houses? Everybody comes in and walks through the model house. They show you the model house. They say, you see this is the 3-bedroom. This is the junior deluxe package that we have. 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And look at how you got the kitchen over here, and you got everything set up. Say we could take you next door to the 4-bedroom deluxe special. And then they walk you through that. But if the Lord is going to use you as his example for his new world, judgment has to start with you first. You have to be clean first. You have to go to court first. You have to get everything cleaned up out of you first, because I'm going to have everybody look at you as the example. It's going to be like this. I'm destroying you because you need to be like them. Who, them? But look at them. They crackheads. They drug dealers. They're homosexuals. They thieves. They're murderers. You know what? You're right. You're right. They don't like that. I'll be right back. Now I got to go fix them. Now I got to go renovate this house. I got to fix the foundation on this house. I got to build this house up. Now I'll come back Now I'm gonna destroy you for not looking like them. And that ain't look at you, and you are not a drug dealer. You're not a murderer. You're not the things that makes you not represent the Lord the way you're supposed to. Now I can punish everyone else. Why haven't the time come when we've been set free yet? Because we not clean enough. We gotta get cleaner. See, you think that since you can stop eating pork, you good. Look, hey man, I ain't eating pork. I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't celebrate. I'm good. I should be good. Nigga, you should have never ate pork. Right? You should have never celebrated Christmas on your birthday. You just now getting to the first floor. Right. You've been living underground in the basement for 20, 30 years. Now you just now getting on the first floor to start going up. You ain't even made it yet to the second floor. You think you should be rewarded for being on the first floor? You think you should get a 12th grade graduation for the first grade? Damn. No. You've been in preschool for 20 years. And now you finally made it to first grade and you think you should get the cap and gown, walk across the stage with the band playing? No. You got a lot more to do. Judgment is starting in the house of God. Before you finish reading that, give me that invitation. Perfection and beauty. See what that is. Lamentations 2 and 15. Read that real quick, and then we're gonna come back to 1 Peter. Lamentations 2 and 15.
Lamentations, chapter 2, verse 15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth?
They look at you and they say, are these the people that we supposed to look up to? Is this supposed to be the joy of the earth? Is this the city of perfection and beauty? No, they hiss and wag their head at you. They're like, these God's chosen people? Come on. How are these God's chosen people? Look at him. He's 7 feet tall with heels on. He cracking up all his feet in them heels. His feet ain't cracked up because he got heels on and he walking up the street. Right. And these God's chosen people, man, please. Read the next verse.
Lamentations, chapter 2, verse 16. All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee.
Who opened their mouth?
All thine enemies.
All your enemies open their mouth against you and do what?
They hiss and gnash the teeth.
That's it. That's hissing and gnashing the teeth. And say what?
They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day that we look for. We have found, we have seen.
We finally got them to be evil and wicked. We destroyed them. This is what we've been trying to do for thousands of years. We finally seen the day where the perfection of beauty has been swallowed up in the sin of our choice. Those drugs that you sell was the oppressor that made sure you sold drugs. It was the oppressor that made sure you killed your brother. Let me show you how easy it is for blacks and Hispanics to hate each other. Right now, there is Drake and Kendrick Lamar. Niggas is saying that Drake can't say nigga. Right. And they mean it. Oh, they mean it. They saying Drake can't say nigga, but you see how fast we got divided? This is a black man. We saying, oh no, he can't say nigga. The light skin and the dark skin just cranked up all over again through a rap battle. That's how easy it is to destroy us and make us hate each other and kill each other. A rap beef. That ain't got nothing to do with none of us. But we all invested in it. We all invested in it. We all involved in it. Why? Because we have been swallowed up by the sin of their choice, by the hatred of their choice, by the crime of their choice. Let's go back to 1 Peter. First Peter chapter 4. Go back to verse 17.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 4, verse 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of God?
That's cold right there. If the Lord is going to do what he's going to do to us, if he's going to punish us the way he's punishing us, then what's going to happen to the people that don't care about God? What's going to happen to the people that say, F God and the Bible, and Abraham and Moses? I don't give a damn about none of that. What's going to happen to them? You see what you're going through. You see how hard your life is. You in here fighting tooth and nail to stay sane and to keep following God's laws. What's going to happen to the people that don't give a damn? Good.
So like just to clarify, the only ones who's going to be held accountable is us who have the covenant, Israel. The Europeans can be as evil as they want to anyway. Moabites, anybody else, it's only going to be us who's going to be held accountable.
So, held accountable for what?
For being righteous. Because they ain't got to be righteous, right?
So, this is what you got to see. We've been in captivities before. We've been in a lot of captivities. But we knew we were the Jews. We knew our identity. Scripture said that they furthered our affliction when the affliction had to end. They made the captivity worse. The Lord hardened their heart to make it worse and worse and worse. And they got to pay for what they've done. Oh, yeah. That's why the Lord said, give unto them double for what they've done. It's not about them being righteous or wicked. It's about what they've done to God's children that they got to pay for. They got to pay for the crimes they committed against us. That's what they paying for. Keep going.
God, verse 18. And if the righteous scarcely be saved.
If the righteous what?
Scarcely be saved.
How is the righteous going to be saved? Is the righteous going to be saved for sure?
Hey.
Barely. If we make it, if the righteous, those that's fighting to change their life, if we make it, we're going to barely make it. If the righteous scarcely be saved, go ahead.
Where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
If we don't barely make it, then what's going to happen to them that sinners that don't care? Do you understand that? You know what that should make you do? That should make you fight so hard to get your life right and to fight every day to be righteous. You don't have a day to take a break. Because whoever makes it, they barely gonna make it. You don't have a day to say, well, I'm trying to do right. But, if you all sin and fall short, you don't have a sin and fall short day. Because whoever makes it is barely going to make it. You are supposed to be the perfection and the beauty of the earth. You can't be the scum anymore. Can't be that. All right, give me give me Ephesians 6:1.
The book of Ephesians,
Uh-huh.
chapter 6, verse 1. Children, obey your parents in the Lord.
Do what?
Obey your parents in the Lord.
Children, obey your parents in the Lord. Keep going.
For this is right.
Mm-hmm.
Verse
Go
2.
ahead.
Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise.
Mm. You know what? Most important thing that you do to your father and your mother is honor them. What is the honor that he's talking about?
Keeping the laws.
Yes. Look up the definition for honor. Let's look at the definition.
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
It means high respect, great esteem,
Great esteem. Read the next.
or it means regard with great respect.
No, the second. Adherence.
Oh, adherence to what is right, or
Wait, adherence to what?
to what is right,
Adherence to what is right. Go ahead.
or to a conventional standard of conduct.
Or to a conventional standard of conduct. You respect your parents for the things that they did teach you that was right. You respect them for what they did teach you that was right, what they did put into you or instilled into you that made you, that you could take away. They probably gave you a whole bunch of wickedness, but you respect them for giving them what they did give you that was right. You understand? Because your family is still your family, it's just not your family. That's right. They still your blood, but they not your spirit.
So, Salaki, so for one who comes from a different, for those of us who come from a different, who have no mother or father, does that mean that you're supposed to honor your foster parents?
No, one thing you should be thankful for is that your father and your mother honored you by having you. Because you could have been aborted like the millions of other people that was aborted. Another thing you should be happy about is that you are born of the seed of Jacob. That's right. You could have been born an Edomite. Be thankful that they had you and that you were able to be an Israelite. That if they did nothing good in your life, the two best things they did was let you live and you was of the seed of Jacob. Be thankful that, you know, that your mother didn't sleep with a white man. She honored you in giving you a father of your own tribe, or your own nation. So that's all the honor they need. Thank you, Mama, for letting me at least be an Israelite. I'll take it from here. I appreciate it. I'll take it from here, Mama. I got the righteous part. I'm just glad she let me make it out the womb. Do you know the most dangerous place for a black man in America? I bet you don't know. What is the most dangerous place for a black and Hispanic in America?
Prison, jail.
Nope. I knew you thought that. You think it's prison and jail. That's a place way worse and way more not safe for a black or Hispanic. What?
Shit, gang territory.
Absolutely not. It's safer in gang territory than this place.
God,
Come on, give me some more. Come on, give me some more. What's another unsafe place?
The womb of one of these nasty, it's like one of these, probably way, a diseased woman, unclean woman.
What you gonna say, sis? The womb of a black or Hispanic woman. That's the most dangerous place on the earth. Because these black and Hispanic women are not even letting you make it out of it.
Right.
You may get probation. You may make it out the hood. But a black woman's womb may not make it out of it. As soon as she find out that you are coming, she like, oh, abort mission. Plan B, C, and D. She got other plans. Now, give me that. Give me that scripture. Sea monsters. Give me sea monsters. Mm-hmm.
Like you, sir. You want me to keep Ephesians?
Say it again.
Do you want me to keep on Ephesians?
We're going to get a hold that. We're coming back to that.
Okay.
Give me the sea monsters. Go ahead.
I don't know what kind. This is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 3.
Lamentations chapter 4,
Verse 3.
verse 3. Go ahead.
Even the sea monster draws out the breast.
Listen, even the sea monsters breastfeed. Black women don't even want to breastfeed.
Right.
Black women pull that Similac out and put some water and mix that milk up and never give that baby a titty.
Right.
Even the sea monsters that don't have no sense got enough sense to feed their baby titty. Keep going.
God, I don't want God. They give stuff to their young ones.
What do they do?
Give stuff to their young ones.
Keep going.
God, I don't want God. The daughter of my people is become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness.
Like an ostrich in the wilderness. The daughter of our people are cruel like ostriches. Keep going. I'm going to tell you what ostriches do.
God, I don't want God. Verse 4. The tongue of the suckling child cleaveth to the roof of his mouth for thirst.
It doesn't say, oh, the tongue of a thirsty child cleaves to the roof of his mouth for thirst. Why? Because he's thirsty. Right? But she don't want to mess up her titties. She just got her titties done. So she don't want you sucking on these breasts to make them sad. She want to be 21 forever. Even the sea monsters give the baby titties. Damn, you gonna let the babies not have nothing to drink because you want your titties perky for all the niggas for your OnlyFans? Go ahead.
And nowadays, women smoke weed the whole pregnancy.
Yeah, they smoke weed the whole pregnancy.
And they and this
Yeah, they smoke weed the whole pregnancy, get high insurance,
right.
whole pregnancy. Even the sea monsters would do that. Keep going.
I don't want God. The young children ask, and no man breaketh it unto them.
The young children is asking for bread and nobody feeding them. Why? Because your mama gotta have a hot girl summer. She gotta go out and live her best life. It's not safe for our children. And then, what do we have coming up this weekend? Mother's Day. Mother's Day. The builders of the black community, huh? I don't need a man. We're gonna go into that Mother's Day this weekend. Something serious, huh? They ain't gonna like Captain YATAZAQ. Go ahead.
And they're gonna be saying Happy Mother's Day and then Happy Father's Day to their mother.
Yeah, because their mama is their father. Come on. Their mother is their mother and their father. And if you don't say Happy Father's Day to your mama, she gonna be mad at you. Right? On Father's Day, you gotta buy her a Father's Day gift. Right? Because she your mother and your father. A man has no honor in his own. Man has no honor. You know, our goods have been spoiled. Our children, our wives, everything has been destroyed because we don't know how to have a family anymore. It's all right. So back. We ain't got to go back to feet. We just read honor thy father and thy mother, right? All right. Now go to Luke 14:26. Before I go ahead.
The book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 22. And the servant said,
26. I got it. Hold on. Officer Naquan, he gonna read it in here. The why?
All right, this is the book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 26. If any man come to me,
If any man do what?
come to me.
See, this is the thing about serving God, serving our King that you don't understand. You can't just serve him without coming to him. You gotta come to Christ. Christ ain't everywhere. Christ ain't in your church. He ain't in the Catholic Church with the priests. He ain't with the Presbyterians. He ain't in the Seventh-day Adventists. He ain't with all these other groups. You gotta find Christ and come to him. But when you do, keep going.
Don't come. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple.
This is a strict nigga right here. Christ said, you gonna come with me? You gotta hate your mama, your daddy, your brother, your wife, your kids, and yourself. Then you can be my disciple. What does it mean?
That speaks to exactly what you were saying earlier about those of us who are family by the flesh, those by the spirit. You gotta hate all those in the flesh who is not righteous in the spirit.
Give him a hand. Give him a hand. You gotta hate everybody in the flesh that's not in the spirit. Meaning, if your father is not in the truth, then you can't put him before the truth.
Right. Right.
Because he's not in the truth. If your mother is not in the truth, you can't put them before the Lord. Because all this is about being his disciple. If your children decide that they don't want to serve the Lord, you have to let them go and serve the world. You can't make them come up in here and serve the Lord. You got to allow them to let the Lord thump them upside the head. You better hope it's a thump. The Lord thumps ain't even thumps. You know?
So,
The Lord don't. What she said on Friday? She said, when Craig was fighting Demo, he not fighting fair. That's how the Lord is. The Lord don't fight fair. The Lord is not Christian. Not. He is not, it's gonna hurt you a little bit. The Lord will break your heart forever. Just to get you to see not to play with him. You understand? He said you gotta hate them in order to be his disciple. How many disciples did Christ have?
12.
He had 12. Then how many did he have at one time?
Just him.
Huh?
Said just him.
No. He had like 5,000. He had 12. Then he had like 5,000. And he set them all down in rank and fed them in rank order. And the disciples were getting up feeding them. Them men was the men in charge. Them was the highest ranked men that they had. And everybody else was getting fed by the disciples. And then Christ was out there teaching. And Christ said something that they didn't understand. Then how many disciples did he have again? 12. Then he had 11. Then he had none. Because walking with Christ and being a disciple of Christ is hard to do. Right? Being in Christ's family ain't just about being an Israelite. People try to make it just we all brother. You an Israelite, I'm an Israelite. You with this group, I'm with this group. We all are the seed. It ain't that simple, buddy. Because the Pharisees were Israelites too. Christ called them his enemies. The Sadducees was Israelites too. And Christ called them his enemies. Give me Matthew 12 and 46.
Okay, it's the book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 46.
Hold up. Let me make sure that's the one. Yeah. Go ahead.
Colonel Khan. While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without.
While he was talking to a crowd of people, his mom and his brother were standing in the crowd. They stood out there in the crowd. Go ahead.
Desiring to speak with him.
Desiring to talk to Christ. So we at camp. We on the podium. Your mama and your brother is standing in the crowd, trying to talk to you, trying to get your attention. Hey, get him. You let it. Hey, you get him. Tell him. So then the disciples said, "What? Go ahead."
Then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without.
Mama and your brother out there. Keep going.
Desiring to speak with thee.
They trying to speak to you, sir. They want you. Go ahead.
But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother and who are my brethren?
Christ said, hey, sir, your mama and your brother out there want to speak to you. Like, who is my mother? Who is my brother? That's what Christ said. Christ ain't Christian. Christ said, who is my mother and who is my brother? Not his mama, not his brother, but what? Read.
And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciple.
Who did he stretch his hand toward?
Toward his disciple.
To Mary.
Towards his disciple.
To James.
Towards his disciple.
He stretched forth his hand to his disciples and said what?
And said, behold, my mother and my brethren.
You are my family. My mama not in the truth. My brother, he's not in the truth.
Right.
But y'all are in the family with me because we do the work together.
Right.
You are my mother and my brother. Keep going.
For whosoever shall do the will of my Father, which is in heaven, the same is my brother, and my sister, and my mother.
That's your family. Christ said, your family is the people that do the will of our Father. See, we have a father on earth that we respect. We have mothers on earth that we respect. But the Lord comes first. You should put no other God before him. And a lot of times we worship our family members as gods. That's why you don't want to come into the truth. Right? Because your God said no. Your God is uncomfortable with you coming to class. Your God doesn't want you to be in this group. So now you don't serve God because your God is stopping you from serving the God at hand. Go ahead.
So like that applies to like the big homie cartel leader.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. You have to be willing to give. You got to hate your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, and your own life. Why? Because you don't protect you anyway. You're not keeping you alive. Who's keeping you alive? You? Your Glock? That's what's keeping you alive? It ain't nothing keeping you alive but the Lord. So that's who you should give all your love and your affection and your attention to. You should give your loyalty to the protector. He said, fear not them that kill the body, but fear them that kill the body and soul. The Lord won't just kill your body. He'll take your soul to where your soul will never come back to this earth. You'll be missing forever. That's a different type of missing. You can go missing with the cartel, that's one way. You'll die, you'll come right back. Come right back and be right back in the work of the Lord. The spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets. But if the Lord steals your soul and throws it in his back pocket, we'll never see you again. Ever. You understand? Your family is those that do the will of your Father. That's your family. And that's what you got to learn, because we have, give me that Hebrew. Give me Hebrews 12. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, see it right there. Hebrews 12,
8.
9.
Okay. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 9. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh.
About what?
Of our flesh.
You got fathers of our flesh. Go ahead.
Which corrected us.
Mm-hmm.
And we gave them reverence.
We respect our fathers of our flesh that whooped us with belts, that gave us correction. Keep going.
Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits?
Unto the Father what?
The Father of spirits.
Are you going to now, you're going to respect your Father of the flesh more than the Father of spirits? The Father that gives you life? The Father that protects you? The Father that puts breath in your body? You're going to give more reverence to the man that put clothes on your back, and not the one that made the clothes and the fabrics that make the clothes, and that makes things that make the food, and that provides the air to breathe. Which father are you respecting more? Your fleshly father or your spiritual father? You better choose wisely. Keep going.
And live.
Keep going.
Okay. For they barely, for a few days, chastened us after their own pleasure. But he, for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness.
Your father chastens you so you won't embarrass him. Your father chastises you for his own will.
Right.
But the Lord chastises you for you. What did it say?
Okay.
But he for our profit. He chastises us for the betterment of us, to make us better for what? That he might what? That we might what?
Okay. What?
10. That we might.
That we, like, that we might be partakers of his holiness.
That we might be partakers of what?
Partakers of his holiness.
He's punishing us so we can get the ultimate reward.
Right.
Power, rulership on the earth. Go ahead.
Is there still on the subject? It's still about family. Is there a scripture that talks about you can't like beat and abuse your nephews, sons, whatever, daughters? We don't do that.
Hell no.
Okay.
Is there a scripture talking about that?
Yeah, you got one.
Yes.
You can't like beat them. You can't be terrorizing the nephews and the sons.
Yes. Okay. Give me Ephesians 6:1. What we just said. We're gonna come back to Hebrews. I'm gonna give them this scripture just so.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 1.
Start at 4.
Verse 4. And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nature, so like in the nurture and admiration of the Lord.
He said, fathers, don't provoke your children to wrath. Don't make the children hate you. Don't beat your children. Don't provoke them to want to grow up and beat you up when they get older.
Right.
They looking at you while they look like, man, when I get big, I'm gonna hit this nigga upside the head with a bat. I promise you, as soon as I get big enough, I'm gonna beat him up. Fathers, do not provoke your children to wrath. Well, to abusing them. Because you want them to honor you when you get old.
Right.
Now, you see how the Lord do it? Now look how cold the Lord is. When you're young, your children take care of you. But when they old, you take care of them. You see how the roles reverse? You see, when you little, you crawling on all fours. When you big, they crawling on all fours. Lord, you better watch out. Because some of these kids is going to be the one that either take care of you and wipe your behind or put you in the old folks' home. Yeah, everybody get their time. And that's what you got to understand. Everybody's not, you're not going to be able to abuse people and think you're going to be able to get away with it. Especially not in this family. Because God is on our side. The way the Lord punishes, nobody can out-punish the way the Lord punishes. There is no better punisher than the Lord. That's right. He handles ops way better than you can ever deal with an op.
So those who are physically abusing individuals or provoking them to wrath, they got consequences as well.
Yes. Absolutely. You're not going to mistreat people and think you're going to get away with it. Right. That's not how this works. You're not going to be in the new society like that. You're not going to be in the new kingdom in that way, because the new kingdom is where we study war no more. Right. Well, we're at peace. The way we're going to be at peace with each other is we're not going to abuse each other. You're not going to have to. You're going to have so much power. When you tell your kids to be quiet, they're going to look at you and they're going to be quiet. You ain't going to have to yell at them and do all that. You're going to say, hey, be quiet. You have 20 guards on the side of you, and you're going to look at them and they're going to melt. Y'all going to walk off. You're like, damn, I want to be like my daddy when I grow up. Your wife ain't going to have to yell and cuss the kids out, because the world is going to be made in the way to the things are just so much different, because we are going to be in control of the world. Your houses are going to be so much, and the television, the things on TV will be so refreshing to see. It will be things that promote family and love and unity and brotherhood. The cartoons are going to be about brotherhood. You know how every cartoon got a story to tell in the cartoon. It's going to be things that's going to teach the heathens how to have brotherhood like we have brotherhood. Right. It's going to be little black kids on the screen, black, Hispanic, and Indian kids running on the screen together, doing things that's going to teach Chinese kids and white kids how to be like us. You know what teach black kids how to live? Rappers. What cartoons did you watch? The Cookie Monster, the Elmer Fudd, all the monsters. Everything on Sesame Street was a monster. Everything on there was a monster. Elmo was a monster. The Cookie Monster, Elmer Fudd, Big Bird, the Oscar the Grouch. Everything was a monster. You learn by monsters. So now you grow up. The next set of monsters you learn about is who? You got the Power Rangers and the Putties. They was monsters. Some talking turtles. They some monsters. You just get used to monsters. Then you grow up. Now you got Jason and Freddy Krueger. Right. And they just getting you used to monsters. Now you grow up a monster and they're like, what's wrong with society? Nigga, I've been watching monsters all my life. That's all I know how to be. All I know how to do is walk up on you and snatch you out the car like Jason.
And that's crazy because
go ahead.
That's crazy because one of the he was one of my mentors, his name was Monster Cody. I like Monster. He has a book. And he was saying he learned how to use a double barrel shotty. Everything he learned was from monsters and cartoons.
Yeah.
No, literally.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
How to do things he did to women, things he did to, he learned it all as a kid.
Yeah. So now, imagine the cartoons we're gonna have in the kingdom of heaven. If Sesame Street, I mean, come on, what's the nigga name? Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Mr. Rogers was a whole mass murder. Like everybody we've always looked up to has always been disgusting and evil.
Right, Miss Doubtfire was extreme.
Miss Doubtfire was a trend. Joanna Man. I mean, everybody. Martin wore a dress.
Right.
Who else? Everybody wore a dress. So now, when you play growing up, you want to go put dress on in your mama's shoes and think it's funny. Why? Because they laughing at Miss Doubtfire. They laughing at Joanna Man. You want to be funny, so now you go do what they do. Now, in the kingdom of heaven, that's funny.
Right.
It ain't funny, you know, that type of behavior that we've looked at for so long that we didn't even pay attention to or even think it was a problem with it because that's all we saw of our life. Our children won't ever see it. And their children won't see it either. Because when the righteous is in authority, the people rejoice.
Right.
But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Go ahead. Right. All right.
Amen.
Got any questions?
It's a lot. So,
Mm-hmm.
so are any of these inventions that really come from us, like Henry T. Sampson's cell phone, and all these things that Judites, Benjamites, Levites as well invented, are they gonna be here or do they have to be destroyed too? Like TVs, like home security alarm systems. Would you even need any of that stuff?
Okay, there
What I really want to ask is hip hop gonna make?
is music gonna make
Music and film. Is that gonna?
Yeah.
That's what I want.
music is not gonna leave.
Okay.
Music has always been here. Frequency is a part of science and creation.
Right.
Frequency heals. See, real science and real math and real everything is going to be what you learn from the beginning. You're going to learn the truth about everything. So now, okay, the reason you've learned lies for so long is because they had to find a way to keep you under them. 40 years out of slavery, you know what we was doing?
So I can fit a bunch of stuff.
We was running Black Wall Street.
Yeah, that's right.
40 years out of slavery. You've been in slavery, being colonized for 200 and some years. They let you out of here for 40 years. They let you out of slavery for 40 years. And you are running the civilization better than they've ever read it. Every black college was started after slavery. There has been no black colleges open since integration. They have no black colleges. Ain't no new college. All the colleges is from the 1900s and early 1900s. Ain't no colleges started in the 1960s and 70s. Why? Because when you're left alone, all you have to look out for is yourself.
That's right.
Now, imagine if we was 40 years out of slavery, learning Hebrew, speaking our own language, having our own culture. Since then, imagine if instead of Greek fraternities, now they in Hebrew scholars. Instead of want to be Alpha, Beta, Gamma, they Abba, Da. Listen now, this world will be a totally different place. We changed the world in wickedness.
He's comparing economics to
We
culture.
changed the culture is where the economics comes from. The culture in the Bible, everything that they learn in the Bible comes from us. Everything they learn in this world that they do, they have their laws and they system, their judicial system. It all comes from us. The judicial system. How many judges? I mean, what how many jurors are there? 12. I wonder why. I wonder why there are 12 jurors. Because there was always one man from each tribe to sit on the panel. There was always a chief man from each tribe to sit on the panel to help judge the matter. So that's our culture. That's why it's called the judicial system. It's the judicial system. It's your culture. All of this. The whole paying taxes, all that, that's tithes. All that is ours.
There's nothing they didn't get.
They didn't get nothing from us. And they are thriving, living off your culture. Now imagine if you followed your culture in its purity, in its righteousness. They gotta keep. They gotta destroy. You know how many black societies they destroy? You know how many times they'll burn down one city, we'll build another one. They'll burn that down, we'll build another one. They'll flood this one. You know how many flooded black societies that they flooded to stop you from ever picking your head up?
Right.
Now, there's nothing they can do to stop us. The Lord said it is time for them to be destroyed. But you gotta know the most important thing is that you are righteous, that you know who your family is. This what we have in here, this is real family. We have to keep this in order. We gotta keep this in order. We gotta take each other to counsel and be offended each other. So if we offend each other, we gotta be able to talk to each other. And if we can't, we not argue with each other. This don't mean that we don't agree with each other. Oh, give me that. Matthew 18:15. Since we talking about family, Matthew 18:15. This is my last scripture. 18 and 15.
Salaki, I got it.
Go ahead.
The book of Matthew, chapter 18. You said what verse?
15.
15. Verse 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee,
If your who?
If thy brother shall trespass against thee.
If your brother trespass against you, then do what?
Go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
Don't post it on Facebook. Don't be like, man, these niggas out here really ain't real. These niggas really fake out here. I ain't saying no names, but don't you hate it when don't you hate it when somebody eat your noodles and leave it come on now. All you had to do is come upstairs and say, hey, you ate my noodles. Now you shooting subliminals at me on Facebook. The Bible tells you to shoot fake shots at him. He said, go and take it to him and what?
And go tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
Don't come with your partner trying to show out in front of them, telling them, and you always eat up my stuff because you're broke. You bullshit. I put you on. I got you staying here. You got my shoes on. No, don't do that. Go and take it to him and him alone. Keep going.
If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother.
You know what it means for a brother to hear you? This is me hearing you. Hey, you ate my food. Oh, damn, sloppy. That's me hearing you. This is me not hearing you. You know, you ate my food. What food? The noodles. Man, you ate my chicken nuggets the other night. You ain't hear me out. Right. Because now we finna argue. Right. It didn't tell me to tell you over and over again and to keep talking to you about it and give you the breakdown. It said one time, if I don't say Salakia to you as soon as you say it to me, I don't hear you. Right. So therefore, what should you do? Can you read?
But if he will not hear thee, then take with thee one or two more.
Right after that, you say, hey, you know you ate my noodles. What noodles? The ones that I had in there that, oh man, you ate my, all right, don't worry about it.
Don't worry
Don't
about
worry
it.
about it. We just gonna take it to council. We just gonna take it to council.
Right.
All right. Now you get on the phone. We taking it to council. Well, Salakia, why did you do that? Well, I mean, he always eat my stuff. Now he's not hearing you, and he's not hearing the council, right? Because he's still arguing the same point. Keep going.
That in the mouth of two or three witnesses every word may be established.
Keep going.
And if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church.
Now you want to bring it to a major council with everybody. Now you get into a major council and you still not hearing them. Keep going.
But if he neglect to hear the church, let him be unto thee as a heathen man and a publican.
Let him be as to you a what?
A heathen man and a publican.
If he don't want to listen to the council, then treat him like a heathen. Right. What's a heathen?
Somebody outside of here.
That's not your brother. This is a law of what you should do to your brother. If your brother don't want to be a brother, then he's not a brother. Man, we just kick you out. And we let the world deal with you. We let Satan deal with you. And when the Lord start doing whatever he start doing to you, don't look for your brothers to come because you don't want to be our brother. You don't want to adhere to the family rules. You only care about your agenda and what you feel and how you want to move. No problem. You ain't got to be our brother or our sister. To put you right out there with the white man. That's what you got to know. You got to know that in any situation, you are not the biggest thing and you're not the most important thing in the situation.
Right.
That's what people be putting themselves in the center of attention in every facet of life. It's all about me. No, they wrong in me. Nobody real but me. I'm the only one that keep it real with everybody. I'm the, all right. All you got to do is just be a brother and be a sister. Everything else will fall in place. You're not always right. You're not always wrong. All right. Go to council, and then they'll tell you exactly who was right and who was wrong. I don't mind going to council. I don't mind being told, YATAZAQ, you wrong, guys. Salakia. I say Salakia so quick sometimes that I don't even hear the whole map. Sometimes I don't even be wrong. I'll be saying Salakia. Salakia, sir, oh man, Salakia. Wait a minute, what is that? Oh, no, that ain't wrong, man. I'm just so used to saying Salakia because I'm not ever trying to offend you. But sometimes I have to offend you to help. Right. So, because the truth hurts. Somebody telling you the truth about yourself. Right. Feel good. Because you never looked at yourself in the mirror in that way. You only see yourself how you see yourself in your mind. People tell me all the time, I'm a good person. I'm always doing this. I'm always doing this. But that's what you see. That's not what people see. And you got to be able to understand that what you see and what people see is two totally different things. That's right. All right. Any questions? Wow. Good. Y'all know about it? I finished early so I can have some questions. Nobody in here scoffing today? Huh? Go ahead.
So, for people who grow up, you know what I mean, and they don't have a mother or father, all these things still would apply to their foster home parent, their uncle, their big homie, all these different things when it comes to the family. It's not just based on those in the mornings. You said that it's all split. So no matter what, whoever takes custody of the individual, no matter what that individual is going through, at the end of the day, to distinguish whether they're family or not, it's still going to be based on the spirit. It don't matter. It doesn't matter, you know.
Okay, so let me help you out because a lot of people get this confused, right? Let's say, okay, let's say for instance, we brothers, right? Blood brothers, right? I don't have any children, and you don't have any children, and we die, right? How are we going to come back? If we blood brothers, I don't have any children, you don't have any children, how are we going to come back? Small one?
For your family.
What do you mean?
Like uncles, cousins.
What if none of your family members got kids? Everybody got one child and nobody had no more kids. How you gonna come back? You don't know. So the family up with us. That's it.
Yeah.
No, because your family ain't the Johnsons. Your family ain't the Washingtons. Your family is the tribe of Judah. You're gonna come back through your family. You're gonna come back through another part of the nation of your family. So you looking at your immediate family. Your family is way bigger than your mother and your father, your sisters and your brother. Your family is your nation. Right. You understand? So let's say, for instance, you don't have a mother and a father that's involved in your life. You honor your elders in your family, in your nation, your kinfolk. You may attach yourself to a coach, and you look at him as a father figure. You take what he teach you, and you let him raise you. And you take what you don't have a father, like you said, a foster parent. The foster parents raise you. You take what's right from them, and you use what's right. The only thing that matters when it comes to the truth is if you're gonna serve the Lord or not.
Well, I was saying that.
Yeah.
No, I was saying like whoever, because there's a lot of people who don't have a mom and dad. Your mom dead, you know what I mean? Dad dead, you know what I mean? And the people that you go through in your life who's helped raising you, it still applies to them. The same message that you put down, the same message you put down still applies to them.
As far as, okay, you said not, so are you not supposed to respect them because you don't have them?
I mean, like, how do I tell that to you? I know you only can relate to you.
No, I'm saying, I'm asking from your perspective. Are you saying that since you don't have a
So your foster parent, your brother-in-law, your big homie, which is the most popular, right? That individual should be dealt with in the same way. They're not blood, because you're basing it on blood and spirituality. He ain't your blood. Who raised you? But he's still, he's still 12.
right? That's it. That's what I'm saying. It's just like you don't got no. It's just like if we went to.
Last question.
Go ahead.
What is you got some people who raise, because a lot of gays, so like that.
You said pretty good.
Okay, a lot of these individuals, they number one people they adopted, right? Are young black boys.
Right.
You know that.
Right.
These couples.
Right.
That's what they do nowadays.
I know.
Especially the ones.
Right.
So if he ain't 12, these individuals ain't 12 either.
Mm-hmm.
They Esau.
Right.
More lights, etc., etc.
Right.
So these individuals, how do you put that in the context of what you just said? They're not your flesh. You know what I mean? They're not your spirit either.
Do they teach you not to steal? Okay, but you don't take that from
Hypothetically speaking,
yeah.
What's the big? So they do,
Okay, they teach you not to steal. You take that. with you. And you be like, man, Mr. Johnson and Mr. Johnson and Mr. Johnson, they raised me to not steal.
Even if they're Caucasian, European.
Your teacher teach you math. You take math with you for the rest of your life. He's a white man that teach you math.
Okay.
You take all the math that he taught you with you. And you walk out the door. It ain't religious.
But do you owe him?
You respect him. Hey man, my coach, man, we went to the championship. We got rings. He's a white boy. And my coach was a good
Also,
coach.
we wrong for ridiculing individuals who give praise to the Europeans who have taught them certain values.
You can listen. Hey, I appreciate you, coach, for being my basketball coach. You're not my brother.
Right.
I love you for what you've done for me with your job.
But the individuals are praising those individuals because you got people like that right now.
Like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson.
Exactly.
Like
with Amanta, with the
yes. Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali. They love their boxing coaches to the point to where it was like they love them like fathers. No. I love you like a boxing coach.
Okay.
I appreciate you for that hook you taught me. I appreciate you for how you taught me how to flip.
That's good.
Yeah, that's teaching you that's not religious. This ain't religious. This is, you don't put them because they taught you something, you don't make them now your brother. That's what we do as a people.
It is what
we doing is now. You taught me how to shoot a 3-pointer, and now I'm Steph Curry, and I'm wet, and he's my brother. This is my brother right here.
That's what's going on.
Nah, this ain't my brother. This is my 3-point coach.
Right. That's true.
That's it. This is my 3-point coach. He got me right. But hey, you're not my brother. That's it. That's that. You don't become blood because of water.
And you deal with these individuals coming from our perspective. We're dealing with an individual dealing with somebody who they made their father, who made them like that God.
Right.
How do we penetrate them?
All you got
That's like 90% of the
you got a person like that. You can either try to show them more brotherhood than anything, and show them, because the reason they attach themselves to the coaches like that is because no black man ever did that.
Right.
Just like Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne loves that white man that I think he got shot or something, and he took him to the hospital and saved his life. Now all white people is living off that man credit.
It's real.
All white people in his mind are good because they living off of his credit. You can't do that. You know what that white man was doing when he got into the hospital? His job. He's the police. He saw a young man shot on the street. He was supposed to get him to the hospital and make sure he made it there. He doesn't become your brother because he does his job.
Right.
He doesn't become your brother because you had a math teacher and he did a good gesture. He did his job and now he's family. No, because you know what? You don't become their brother when you teach them things. You ain't gonna never be a Chinese man, brother, no matter how much you teach them how to do nails and you a nail tech. You taught them that acrylic. They go and open the nail shop. They will never ever give you anything other than a thank you. Thank you very much. And that's it. That's it. You know who gonna work in there? Not you, not your kids. When you get down on your bread, you're not gonna be able to come to them. You're gonna have a nail shop full of Chinese people working in there because that's their family. Right. That's all you gotta do. You gotta remember that I learned from these people. They're not my family. This is my family.
So like if you learn from a Chinese, so for example, if you have it's the same. If you have the Chinese, he's your sequel, the Kung Fu teacher. He teach you all these things. He's not your brother in arms.
No.
He's not here. Still, that bloodline is the only thing.
That's it.
It ain't gonna matter the principles, even if he's following God's laws, and even if he calls himself an Israelite, the only thing that's gonna tie you to him is his blood and his actions based on the laws.
That's it. That's it. Israelites, all Israelites ain't my brothers. My brothers in the UPK. Right? That's my brothers. Why? Because we live by the same thing, the same principles. I got brothers that I was raised up with in the world that I love dearly. I got brothers that I've been growing up with and been knowing all my life. Them my niggas, but my brothers in the UBK. See, them my niggas, but these my brothers. See what I'm saying? When we was in the world doing stuff, we was doing nigga shit. That's who them my nigga shit niggas. But over here, brothers is righteous. Over here. When you go to church, they call them brother and sister. Because they're supposed to be in a righteous place. Well, you my brother and my sister because of the righteous things that you do.
Right.
If you stop being righteous, guess what you're gonna be?
You tell us.
You're gonna be out of here. You're gonna just be a nigga to me.
Right.
Like, oh yeah, that nigga, yeah, he left. Yeah, I know that nigga. That's my boy. I know that boy. Yeah, I know him. That's it.
So like,
Is
there a reason why we try to bring in all those? Why are we trying to save their lives and build businesses for them? Why are we trying to save their kids and everybody? Why are we so dedicated to these individuals?
Give me Ecclesiastes 7:7.
Say it again.
Scripture. Ecclesiastes 7:7. You just quoted the scripture to me yesterday. Or day before yesterday.
Yeah, 7:7.
Yeah, 7 and 7.
He's talking about the heathens, or he's talking about our brothers?
I'm talking about the homies you grew up with, your slash cousins.
Mm-hmm.
All these cats, why are you trying to save them? I mean, hundreds of them. You spend all your time, your money, your energy trying to save them. Why? What's the biblical answer behind that zeal? What the hell is going on? To what are you trying to save them?
Love. That's what it's called. The scripture says that.
You know what I mean?
The scripture says that we have a zeal for God, but not according to knowledge. And Paul said, it's my heart desire and prayer that all Israel be saved.
Right.
We wish that the scriptures say that 2/3 of us is going to be destroyed, of Israelites. But it's our heart desire and prayer that none of us get destroyed.
That's true.
We wish all the brothers could come into the truth and have what we have in here. The whole 12 tribes. But guess what? They don't want it. We can't force
I was already reading stones.
We can't force it up on them because they don't want it. Go ahead.
Can we use Jeremiah 16 for this?
Hunters and traditions. Yeah, you can, but this is more along. He read Ecclesiastes 7:7. What he was asking about why is our people so weak to fold under this pressure? Is that what you said?
No.
Go ahead.
Why are we so determined to save the lives of all these individuals we grew up on? What you call you?
Right. Okay. Well, that's just because you know a destruction is coming and you don't want them to partake in it.
That's love.
That's just it. It's just love. Yeah. It's like somebody said, hey, they about to spin the block. Everybody need to go in the house and go get in the restroom and lay on the floor.
But
they spinning the block. When? I don't know, but you stay in the house.
That feeling is incorrect.
What feeling? To love them?
Yeah.
No.
So you're saying, but the knowledge though, it supersedes them.
Okay, it's the righteous job to pray for the wicked. Stop. Abraham prayed for Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what Sodom and Gomorrah is, right? Mm-hmm. Abraham said, Lord, if it was 50 righteous people, would you save us? And then he was like, for you, I would. All right. What about if it was 45 righteous? If it was 45 righteous, yeah, I'd say. Okay, what about if it was 40? And he went all the way down. He started at 50 and went all the way down to like 1. And the Lord was like, yeah, if it's a righteous soul there, I'll save them for you. Now, the only reason that happened is because Abraham prayed for sinners. He didn't want to see them get destroyed. He prayed that the Lord spare at least somebody. Why? Because he knew those people didn't want the Lord.
So what's the biblical reason that certain individuals are constantly trying to save certain individuals in the slums? There's people like, there's a bunch of, you got people, I'm one of them, but there's a lot of individuals in their home, they die. They die in their neighborhoods. They die trying to save people, political prisoners, aka gang members, aka all these individuals. Is it because they lack the culture and they wasn't following law, statutes, and commandments, or it's because of what you were just saying right there?
Okay, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why they're not successful.
That part is what I'm asking.
The question that you're asking is, why are these people fighting so hard for people and they're not successful? Because they're not doing it right. You're trying to save the people that's trying to save the people. So let's say, for instance, you going in the hood all the time. You going in the hood all the time, and you giving out clothes, and you feeding the homeless. You doing food drives and clothes drives, and then right after you leave, they shooting the street up, and you're like, damn, I'm coming out here trying to get y'all to show brotherhood and love each other. Why y'all keep killing each other? Because that's not going to fix them. The only thing that's going to fix them is them following Christ. That's it. And since they don't want to follow Christ, they're going to stay in hell. They want to stay in the predicament and the society that they're in. They want to stay in the situation that they're in. They're not going to ever get out. It's going to get worse and worse and worse. You are going to have to come up in here and close the door, because we're not going to be able to let everybody in forever. It's going to be like Noah's Ark.
So you gotta learn how to accept it.
You got to learn how to accept that people don't want Christ. People don't want Christ. People do not want to follow Christ. They want to follow their own lusts. Matter of fact, I'm going to prove it to you right now.
You said they always been like that anyway, but they're the hard headed.
Let me show you. Can I wish, can I play this video? I wonder if they can hear it. Video I want to play.
So when you see them suffering, you just know that that's suffering.
Can you put it up on the screen? The email?
So when you select this,
I'm listening. Go ahead, I'm listening.
so when you see individuals suffering, like getting murdered, you know what I mean, dying in prison, getting life in prison, these things are not because your lack of your insufficientness of trying hard enough to help them. This ain't got nothing to do with you helping them. It has to do with what they're not doing with Christ.
It's got both. Because if you are just trying to, like I was telling you the other day, if you are just giving them fish, then they'll never learn how to fish. If you're just telling them, hey man, everything's gonna be all right, you know, that's not gonna change them.
No, I mean, I'm saying, like, when you really break it down to what's going on in the system, what's going on in the world, you know, you've been doing this for thousands and thousands of people, you know what I mean? What are you not doing that's not penetrating?
I'm gonna show you that people just don't care about God. They don't want God.
Why?
I'm gonna show you what. This video is gonna sum up everything that you do. This shit's gonna sum it all up. Yeah, you can't put the TV on? It ain't gonna work? Yeah, put that on, because this video is gonna answer the hell out of this question.
It seems logical that they would fall in line. You know what I'm saying? We're still alive. We ain't in prison.
Can I share it on the screen?
Why is their logic not working? You're smart.
Go ahead.
What part of their brain ain't working? They see you alive.
Don't worry about the thing. We're gonna ask the question right now. I got you. We're gonna ask the question right now. And that's a very compassionate question that you asked for your brothers, because you really, really want them to get it. But the first thing you're gonna have to do is get it. You're gonna have to worry about you first. It's like when you're on an airplane, right? When you sit on the airplane and they give you the safety rules, and they say the little mask don't come down. always tell you to put your own mask on first. They say put your own mask on before you try to help the kids, before you try to help someone else. You can't be on the plane going down, and you trying to make sure they got their mask on, and you ain't got no oxygen going in. You got to make sure that you breathing right.
I think that link right there. Video right there.
What you want me to send to? Oh, it's on Instagram. Just let me put it up on the put the YouTube up. I'm trying to share my phone to it.
This comes right down while they're not receptive.
Yeah, it's not this video right here is gonna
You said
absolutely hell like your butt.
you said that they know it got to do with, it ain't got nothing to do with how hard you trying. It got to do with them, what they
Oh, and
negligence.
this is
They
not
be
even
negligent, you know, the hardest. They don't want to fall in line. It's kind of like you tell Cat, hey, you can't go over here and do this in jail. Or you gonna get shamed up. He do it
They
anyway.
ain't gonna be on the sheet right here.
it's the video is it ain't got no real title to it. Yeah, it's Charleston White.
Oh no, we ain't gonna watch that dude, is we?
Oh yeah, we're gonna watch it
Why?
because he'll be your brother, and he is exactly
He
what
going
you're
against
talking about.
everything, everybody, all of the he don't like. He hate all like, bro. That dude
This is one of your brothers. This is why we can't get them to understand what we teach them. This.
yeah, that dude got a lot of schmuck right now though.
And you can't pull up the
It's all, everybody hate him now. Like, everybody hate him everywhere. Ain't talking about giving people to Babylon, to the oppressors and stuff. But you saying there's something he's saying that's important or something? He do say, when I first listened to him, though, he was saying some sharp shit. It's like he was saying some sharp things. And then he kind of got reckless. He really got reckless with his tongue. He started saying all kind of things. I just couldn't find it.
Okay. You can't pull it up?
Yeah, I thought I walked up.
That's a big name.
There you go.
Charleston.
Just put the class on up there. All right, here we go. We're going to search you right now. Turn the volume up.
Oh, no,
That's a big name.
You ready? Here you go.
Didn't have nothing to do with that shit. You mean to tell me, Hebrew God, you punishing me for something 3,000 years ago? Fuck you. I'm serving the devil. Hell is you talking about? Man, please, I'm going over here with white Jesus and seeing all the way before I get in the casket. Right before I get in the casket, I jump out and say, forgive me for all my sin and get to go to heaven. That's the Jesus I want. Them stipulations you Hebrew niggas got, you can't do this. You can't wear that. All you niggas arguing and fussing about your God. You don't never hear white Jesus and them white folk arguing about Jesus and they God. They don't do that shit. Them people have quiet services. Even when they bury white folks, it's quiet. Ain't nobody hooping and hollering with that Hebrew shit. Man, them people way more civilized with the New Testament and the Old Testament. Fuck that Hebrew God. He too mean. He don't let you have no fun. You can't get your dick sucked. And after you get through getting your dick sucked, say, Lord, forgive me. Knowing you go do it again. That's the God I want.
That's a lie. But he's reckless. That's what I'm saying, man. We ain't gonna touch dude. We gonna let dude live.
Hey, that right there, no matter how much you teach in class, no matter how many scripture breakdown classes that we got, there's brothers out here that feel like that.
Right.
And you know what we can't do? We can't make him want to be in the spirit with us. We can't make him come out of the flesh. He said, I want to do this until I'm about to die. He said, I want to live this life until I'm about to die. He don't care about being righteous. There are some people that don't care. But to those that do care, they the ones that need to be righteous.
Right. So it sounds like he's miseducated too. He's not even saying that.
He doesn't care.
You know, like
He doesn't care.
what he's saying ain't even finding nothing. You know what I mean?
Any more questions?
That's it.
With that, we're gonna pass the class over to precinct officer Nepal.
This is the ISUPK security announcement. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, on the commanding journey on. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. Numbers 18, verse 21, the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashra, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Upcoming holy convocations. We have the memorial of blowing of trumpets, which will be the first day of the 7th month, Wednesday, the 2nd October 2024. Leviticus, you read about this in Leviticus chapter 23, verse 24 through 25. All right. If any brother wants to be, so like if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And this is the conclusion of the ISPA security announcements. Passing the class back over to Captain of 10,000 Guns.
We got a margin. We're gonna give him a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, Majim Barak, Yadim Matah, Saul. We'll turn back to sister. Give them a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, Majim Barak, Yadim Matah, Baptist men.
Remember,